Yes.
First of all, I'm very glad that we are having this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay? I think if we talk about our continent issues and challenges that our continent have in terms of technology, in terms of implementing digital transformation, in terms of implementing cybersecurity, I think our continent lack all these technologies. What do you think?
Are you talking about at government level or individual?
I'm talking
private
about
organizations.
our continent
as a whole.
As a whole.
The technological advancement or development.
Yeah.
I believe we are lagging behind.
Okay.
Much more than other continents. And there's issues associated with it, which we have to dig deeper to find out what actually the problem. But from the surface also you can understand there are certain issues affecting technological development in Africa.
Okay.
Particularly if you ask my experience from where I come from, by the way, from Nigeria, I believe there are some issues that unless they are fixed, you can't get it right.
Okay, so now maybe we can talk more about the technology in Nigeria, and I will be talking about what's happening in my country in terms of technology.
Yes, because
right?
that's your experience.
Relevant, yeah.
Yes.
These things
Exactly.
are relevant.
Exactly.
Right? Like
Exactly.
I'm from Sudan.
Yes.
My mother tongue is Arabic.
Okay.
And I'm finding it difficult with English, but I'm trying.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
the whole population in Sudan, the whole people speak Arabic, isn't it?
Yeah, they do speak Arabic. All my people, they speak Arabic, but we also have local languages.
Okay.
In Sudan, we have local.
Okay,
languages.
Arabic is like official language.
Yeah, officially.
Like in Nigeria, we have almost 500 plus different languages.
Wow.
300 plus ethnic groups, and then we have three major languages, which is Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo.
Hausa.
Yes,
You
Hausa.
guys have Hausa?
Yes, Hausa.
In Nigeria, you guys have Hausa?
I think the hub of Hausa.
Uh-huh.
I think it should be Nigeria because I think we have the
I don't know about
largest
that.
population of Hausa. I think in any other country.
No, I thought Hausa are Sudanese.
No. Hausa reside in Sudan.
Okay.
They might be originating from Nigeria.
Because we have them in Sudan also.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have a lot.
Yeah, I heard we used to play football with one guy called Mohammed Dela. I think he can understand some Hausa.
Okay.
So from there, I come to know that yes, these part of Sudan.
See,
we
that's
speak
what
Hausa.
I love about Africa. You know, you can find different tribes living in different countries. We are interconnected with each other. You know, that's the beauty about our continent. So it's good that
Diversity.
we have this diversity.
Yeah.
It's good that we are having this conversation. But let's go back to our main topic.
The main topic, yes, we
Yes.
deviated actually from
Yeah.
the main.
Yeah.
The main is issues
Yeah.
affecting development, technological development in Africa. If you
Yeah.
ask me in simple terms, according to the experience I have, for the sake of where I come from, I could say the major issues in my country particularly, is lack of power. Power in the sense of energy. Technology, what is technology, by the way? According to me, if you ask me what is technology, I say anything that has to grow with the help of computing system.
That's true.
Right? So changing our industries, our productions, through computing way, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, computers and machineries, they need electricity, which personally I feel like it's a shame to discuss, but Nigeria is lagging behind in terms of electricity power distribution.
Let me stop you there.
Yeah.
You're saying this about Nigeria, and we think of Nigeria as a tech hub in Africa. Only May 2023, Nigeria startups secured more than 650,000. No, not thousand. $650 million fund. They were able to raise funds for startups. See,
$600 million.
$650 million.
Yeah. close to $1 billion.
Close to $1 billion.
That is nowhere
there is
enough.
something happening in Nigeria.
That is nowhere something to brag on,
Okay.
as far as Nigeria is concerned. A country with 220 plus
Yes.
population,
That's a lot.
more than 50% youth. In this age, bringing only 1 billion to the economy, no, it is far less. We're
Yeah, I
supposed
agree.
to
I
have
agree.
much more than that. And what you do to boost that is technology cannot do without electricity. That's my belief. If I happen to be in the government or an advisor,
By the way, it's not only technology. Everything relevant. to
everything is
manufacturing.
related.
Yeah.
We are talking now about technological development.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah,
I emphasize on technology. Everything needs electricity. I mean, it's a basic need, electricity. So what happened is, if you ask me what electricity will do, I say electricity is everything, as you said. So the more you give them electricity, the more you boost that thing, because some people may like electricity to even connect to the internet. And then also, when you come to the internet issues, we don't have a service provider like fiber optic to homes, like
Infrastructure.
you have in other countries. Now people provide fiber to home, in which in one service you get telephone, internet, and TV service. We still having dish. We rely on dishes to watch TV, which is not good. It's affected by the weather, affected by the rain. So all
if
those things.
I want to summarize what you said, you are saying that technology is there in Nigeria at the moment,
Yes.
but it's lacking a lot of things
Yes.
and a lot of factors.
Support.
Yeah, you need it to be in a level where everyone are, like in first world
Of course,
countries,
of
developed
course,
countries, developing countries.
In fact,
Yes.
if you compare Nigeria with other countries, we are first world country.
Okay.
But these things are drawing us back. If I am supposed to be an advisor in the government in Nigeria, I say stop any project.
Okay.
Concentrate only on electricity. Trust me, that will change the country forever.
Okay.
We have people with great minds, great
So-
ideas.
so,
we have people with money. They
right.
don't even know what to do with that money.
Okay.
They need to invest. Tech has money. There is money in tech. So when our investors don't have ideas, what
So
to
you're
do,
trying, in other words, sorry to interrupt you, you're trying to make the base for technology.
of course,
When you develop the base,
Yes.
then everything else will come.
will come on
That's
top
what
of
you're
it. Yes.
trying to say.
When
Okay,
you don't
this
have
is very
pillars, when
interesting.
you don't have foundation,
Yeah.
you can't have strong building.
Yeah, that's
When
very
you
interesting.
say you have vision for technology in Nigeria or cyber security or whatsoever, by 2030, 2035, you can't achieve it without building the foundations. And the foundations
Can
are...
I ask you one question?
Yes, please.
Because whatever you're saying is very important, and I think it's relevant to address. Is it, whatever you're saying, relevant to all African countries? If we see
That is
Africa
what I want to
continent-
believe. That is what I want to believe.
Yeah.
Look, see, forget about the technologies, machineries, and other things. If you fix this electricity, you are automatically fixing internet issues,
Okay.
where now the mobile telecommunication companies are the one to provide electricity, are the ISPs actually, the internet service providers, in which they loot people by assign them bandwidth. Maybe you buy 1,000 GB, maybe you buy it in 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira, which is not feasible. You're supposed to get unlimited bandwidth at 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira, so that your children, YouTube is a whole university.
Agree.
Many people, I personally give you my example, most of the things discussed in the class while I was studying, I don't get them. I come back home, sit in my room alone, there's internet, there's electricity, always 24/7.
Yeah, you can.
I
find
watch
it.
YouTube, I learn so many things. Most of the knowledge I get is from YouTube. So if you don't have electricity, if you don't have internet, where can you get YouTube? It's
That's
impossible.
true. So the like what we said before, you're trying to build the infrastructure in order to bring all other technologies.
The youth,
Yes.
what you do to them is not to give them money or do everything. Make knowledge available. And you can only make knowledge available when there is power. You can only make knowledge available when there is... Knowledge is already available. You are not accessing it. You are not taking advantage of it because you lack the basis for accessing it.
I see.
So,
This is very interesting. I really appreciate all this information you brought. But now let's think about what are the challenges that we have in order to make Africa or to empower Africa with technology. Can we discuss the challenges? Like, for example, if there is any African in Disapura, he decided to make a technology project in Africa where it will add to the African economy or his country economy in Africa, and will help people, or it will solve one issue of the public or the population.
Yes.
So this kind of investor, he's African and he's relevant in Africa. What type of challenges that may occur in his role?
Okay.
Yeah.
The challenges, I can tell you, I can pinpoint telling you that there are investors. In Africa, we have people with money.
Okay.
Many of these people with money, they don't have ideas. Many of these people, they initiate a project which is not sustainable or which is not relevant to Africa. First step in making your country or your organization great is you look at the problems facing your environment.
Right.
So then try to address that problem and sell it as a service.
But Ibrahim, let me maybe I didn't explain myself right with the question.
I think I understand the question.
My question is like this: I am an African. I want to start a technological project which can help the population in, population, they're facing so many issues.
Yes.
Let's talk about one example. I have a system where everyone can access that system, and maybe by accessing that system they will get one service, and this service is only one step ahead from their hand. It's in their mobile, they access that service, they accept it, and it will be in their home. I'm just giving an example of a service where technology can support it, or it can be implemented through technology. So for a person as an investor, he want to invest on something like this, what type of challenges that faces him or stop him from investing in this kind of scenarios? Like, what are the difficulties facing Africans in order for them to implement technology in
to invest
Africa?
in technology?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's still the stumbling block is lack of awareness. Most of the people with money, they don't have technological background.
Okay.
They don't know its value. They don't know there is money in tech. They need to be aware that there is money in tech. And we have youth with ideas, great ideas, but also the youth not knowing that they can actually use that idea to present it, to put it well. It's all of this. The stumbling block is awareness. When the youth know that this my idea can be funded if I present it well to an investor.
Okay, now I got you. So you're trying to say youth, they know about the value of technology, but the barrier happens between youth.
Communication.
Communication barrier happens between youth and maybe policymakers, or maybe government officials, or maybe their parents, or maybe nobody understand their needs.
Let me cut you. Let me tell you from where I come from. The most people with the most money are politicians.
Okay.
They didn't do any business to earn money, mostly, and they don't know about business. But I believe if you have good presentation of good idea, whether it's in terms of technology or other business plan.
Ibrahim, you were telling me about how we can. We were talking about the challenges facing investors to invest in technology in Africa. So you told me about one of the challenges, which is awareness, and you were electricity for the infrastructure.
Yes.
And awareness is one of the challenges as well.
Like awareness, yes. Awareness is the key issues. Is one of the key issues.
Yeah.
In having Africa developing, or particularly I say Nigeria, because that's where I come from. I have not been to so many African countries. I can't I can't speak for them. But where I come from, I know exactly what our issues are. They need to be fixed. Awareness, who will give this awareness?
Okay.
I believe maybe in the very near future, I see as the people are evolving, more especially the people in diaspora, the African people in diaspora, I think should come back home and utilize the blessed land of Africa, because when you get knowledge from outside, you should come and implement it at home. I mean, we are lagging behind, far behind. I believe in terms of awareness, somebody should be there, one organization should be responsible for coordinating people, investors, people with money, with people with ideas.
This is very good.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have the awareness.
Yeah.
And what else do you think can be challenging the investors to invest in technology?
Trust.
Okay.
Trust, that actually somebody should intervene. Somebody should be a guarantor to both this person with idea and the person with money. Because you can't just come and take your money. You don't have clear view of what the person is going to do with your money, or you don't have, because he doesn't have a good plan to present it to the person. Why somebody will invest in your idea? So, but if he is aware, if somebody intervene, somebody educate, then there should be understanding and there should be forecast of how this thing is going to benefit both the person with idea and the person with money.
Good. That's very good. And do we have any other factor which as a challenge to investors to invest in technology? We talked about the trust, which you told us about, and also you told about awareness. You told us about awareness.
I can highlight one more issue, like people who are already in business.
Okay.
They should have confidence in home-grown resources, like human being, in terms of human resource.
Okay.
Why? Because you will see an organization or a factory here in Africa or in Nigeria importing expertise that are already at home from other continents or from other countries. Yes.
Okay.
Because they believe we still have this mind that the person, because of his skin color, is much more intelligent than the person that is in your neighborhood. Honestly, this is an issue that we see every day.
So you believe in African experts?
I believe in there is no expertise that is not available in Africa.
In other words, you are saying they should trust African experts.
Of course.
Okay.
But also how you trust it is not.
But how you justify that they're very expert in the same level?
You just give them the resources as you are giving people from outside. Because if you import expertise from another continent, you are spending more. You have to bear their responsibility, their security, their food, their shelter, as well as their transportation in many cases. While you have somebody already at home, you don't need to spend that money. He is as expert, but you will not pay him also. Now that's also downside of the thing. You will hire somebody from home, but you don't want to pay him like the one you pay the person from abroad.
Yeah, I agree.
That creates issues. Yes. If you don't pay, if you don't take care of your resources, definitely you don't complain of the performance they give.
That's true.
Humans are
I want to
by
highlight another issue from my perspective also.
Yeah.
I think lack of internet and accessibility to internet is one of the issues as well. What do you think?
It is a great issue.
Okay.
It's a great issue because, as I said earlier, who is the internet service provider? More especially if you consider my experience, that's the telephone companies are still the internet service providers, which is not good. Because if you get
how do you see it as a good way of
in other countries, in other developing countries, or developed countries, they have this fiber to home services.
Fiber optics?
Yes, fiber optic to home.
Okay.
It's terminated at home, where you get 3 services in it. You have TV, you have internet, and you have television service associated with all of these services.
Telephone, you mean?
And you have unlimited bandwidth for internet. So you can do as much as you can. You don't even think about, my data is going to finish.
Whose responsibility? What do you think? Who is responsible for this?
I believe there is what they call cabalism. This internet
What?
service Kabbalism.
What is Kabbalism?
Kabbalism is when one particular individual or some particular individuals dominate a market and they don't want
I see.
any other person to bring about development in
I
it.
swear this is the reality.
Yeah.
I will give you an example in Sudan.
Yes.
Like we have different telecommunication company and they provide internet, right? So whenever a new company want to invest in Sudanese market, you will find them blocked with one of the agreement that the existing companies should work for certain years. So all these certain years, let's say they agreed with the government for 10 years. So for 10 years, no one else will be providing the internet.
This is bad.
So this is one of the
bad
issues
for the development
Yes.
of any country
Yes.
or Africa. Why? Because if you have a greater idea than the other existing market, I think the government should not hesitate in allowing you to come and exhibit it, because it's for the betterment of the public and the country itself.
And also betterment for digital transformation.
Like up to today, people are struggling with satellite dish to get
that's
TV
true.
service.
Yes.
It's affected by the weather, it's inefficient, and it's
that's
very
true.
expensive
Yes.
in maintenance.
Yes.
While some other countries, they just have cable. In one cable, you have 80 channels. The best channels are selected and given to you at a very cheaper cost.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you said now, more especially in my country, you want to introduce this thing, people will go against it because they have already invested in the government to dominate the market.
So Ibrahim, now we talked about issues and I see every single issue of them is a huge issue.
Yes.
Now, okay, now we have all these issues in Africa and maybe many more that we did not address at the moment. But for us to tackle all these issues, what do you propose as a solution to tackle these issues? And remember, we are in 2023, where people are way advanced than us in technology. And we want to reach that level. We want to catch other nations in technology.
Yeah.
Now we highlighted the issues, and I'm pretty sure many of them we did not highlight right now. How we can jump and tackle all these issues. I picture it as we are in a hole and we are trying to come out of this hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
To reach to the ground.
Yeah, to reach to the ground and stay with other nations. What we should do? What Africans should do? When I say Africans, I mean policymakers, individuals, organizations, institutes, public, all of us as Africans. And what do you think also collaboration between all the countries of Africa can contribute in solving these issues? What do you propose?
I believe the government signing contract with organizations, more especially foreign organizations, are the one who make this kind of strong policies or agreements with the government that, except for this amount of year, nobody can compete with us. No. But in market and business, there is always competition. Competition is what should set you apart, should set you ahead in terms of renewing, your technology.
And also, by the way, you're right. It will add. Competition will always be good
add
for
value
public.
because everybody wants to be
Yes.
best. Everybody
Yes.
wants to provide the best service.
And it will result
But-
on cheaper services.
Of course,
to the public.
the more
and
competition,
better,
the more
quality.
cheaper and the more better.
Yes.
So unless you allow competition to happen, unless you disagree with other cabals that want to dominate the market alone, why they sign this kind of contracts? Because they are afraid of being taken over by other advancements.
Okay.
But definitely it will happen. It is coming. It will come. It will change. It will definitely change because
And
we
what
can
else
stay
do you
and
think?
be
Yeah.
a slave of our own minds and allow cabals to come. Most of the people who come and invest in our countries are not from Africa. Why can't we do it ourselves? Nobody, because anybody who comes to invest in your country from another country or from another nation or from another continent, they are there for their own benefits.
Yes.
And they will make sure that they harvest every single benefit that's on that market.